What is your American dream?
My American dream is for everyone to just be equal, like no matter your skin color, gender, sexuality. Yeah, I just want everyone to be equal so that everybody can be happy and there's no violence.
My American dream was just to be able to attend school and professionally and, being recognized as a chef.
Fighting for other people, since I know that I'm very privileged in being a white woman in the United States. It sucks. I do have that power in the States, which shouldn't be possible, but it is. So I really want to just do my part today at least and just stand up for other people that aren't like me.
Peace, love, and happiness worldwide.
I just want to live in an America where me and my two cousins can be safe and don't have to get judged by the color of our skin.
My American dream would be that everyone gets treated the same, no matter what their race, culture, creed, or sexual orientation. Everyone gets treated the same. By the police officers, by the politicians, by every citizen. Everyone gets treated the same.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Oh, okay. All right. What is not this? You real clown. Oh! Bumbo! I didn't even see you guys there. I'm learning patois, and I know what Brad's gonna say to me. He's gonna say, "Kiss me neck back, Groundhog Sam. I want this arms house. I want the blood clot the yaw." And I'm gonna say, "Ezzy yourself, Brad. I'm learning the patois because I'm gonna ask you, the Bradshaw Live crew, to send in your best strong back recipes. We're gonna make strong back on the show, and Brad and Yo-Yo are gonna try it out. So come on, Bradshaw Live crew, send us your best strong back recipes. Bumbo, I can't wait. Ha 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 ha. Did you guys miss yesterday's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, in case you did, Andrew Kung and Emmanuel Hahn are photographers based in New York City who made a photojournalism project called the Mississippi Delta Chinese. And we learned that there's a big Chinese population who's lived in the Mississippi Delta for over 100 years. I didn't know that. Now I want a bird down there, especially because I heard they make Chinese food with a southern flair, and that sounds as delicious as Strongback does. Anyway, what's on today's show? You'll have to watch and see. Get those recipes in. Brad might say to me, "You're real clown with all this alms house," but I'm gonna tell him I'll have the last laugh on this one. Ha 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 ha. Enjoy the show.
All righty there. Welcome everybody. Bradshaw Live. It is Hump Day, Wednesday. We know what happens on Hump Day, right?
Yes,
and welcome.
so after dark.
And welcome Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Yeah.
And welcome Belgium Kim.
Hi.
Do they have Hump Day in Belgium?
Every day is Hump Day.
Every day. It's really, I mean, basically, yes. It is Saturday, today is Hump Day. Yeah. It is Sunday, today is Hump Day.
Oh, so wait, what does that mean? That every day is Hump Day in Belgium? Like,
it's the middle of the week.
They just stay in the middle of the week.
It just means it's the middle of the week. There's never. And what about in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, Ethiopia rocking Daily Hump Day.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's just regular.
It's regular Wednesday.
Regular Wednesday.
Regular
Wednesdays. We're not as
Wednesdays.
fun as Belgium, obviously.
Well, no one's as fun as Belgium.
No one's as fun as Belgium. And Sam learning the Jamaican patois. Right.
So funny.
I don't know if he said bumbleclot or not.
That is your favorite
That's my
Jamaican
favorite
word.
Jamaican curse word. I say it because only Jamaicans know I'm cursing.
Right.
And by the way, I was watching Jeff Bosey, and he's like, "What is this? The puppet's got his own thing now." Yeah, basically, yeah.
He does.
The puppet's got its own thing.
He even has his own office.
Just finding it out. And we're gonna say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
But the first three people we want to say hello to are our mugs. With the mug, Pauline Williams.
Yeah.
Where's Pauline Williams? Hello, Pauline.
Whoa.
She got her mug, her Bradshaw Live mug. And to Tamika Nelson, she sent in her photo with the Brad Show live mug. There's Tamika. Whoa, she changed her hair since we did Bratified Marriage with Kevin.
I'm liking the curls.
You're liking the right? Liking the curls. You're liking the curls.
Yeah.
And Christy Consali also sending in her mug with a mug. There she is. Drinking. Covering her face. We don't even know what she looks like. An action shot.
I like it.
An action shot with the mug. And those are our mugs with a mug for the day. And by the way, all you got to do to get a mug is say hello to us in our comments and share with your friends and family. We know who's sharing. And if you say hello to us and you participate in our show and you share, you get an honorary Brad Show live mug and you get to be called Brad Squad. How's that?
Love it.
If you send Belgium Kim your address and your phone number so that Belgium Kim knows where to send this mug. Because
we can't do it by
just
telepathy.
Brad Squad, no.
We can't do it by telepathy.
I tried, and USPS sent a bunch back.
Yes, no, we don't have it. It'd be like, send the mug to Brad Squad. Attention somebody on
Pauline
1 Main
Williams.
Street.
Yeah.
Right.
And USPS was not having that. They did not. They didn't understand who it was.
Yes. I mean, and then some of the names are very funny. If you would just, tell the Postal Service, like, send it to,
Jackie Everblest.
Jackie Everblest. Yeah. Is that her name? Well, according to Facebook, it
Timmy
is.
Kim London really needs that mug.
In London. So, hello, everybody, and welcome. It is Hump Day today. And Marsha Whitaker says hello. And we already said hello to Tamika. Barbara Lord, Cordella Willery says hello. Patrona Collins says hello. Charmaine Wallace says hello. Velma Gale. Jackie Everblest Harmer. I'm telling you, that is the Mandela effect. She had a different name a few weeks ago. Simone, we had a different, I don't know, I just think so. Simone Garraway Jensen says hello to us. Groundhog Sam saying hello just to Carol Anderson, the Tiger, and nobody else. I don't know why Groundhog Sam plays favorites. Wow. Wendy Brown says hello, and Velma Gale saying hello to everybody. Christopher Clarito just laughing, I guess, at Groundhog Sam. Jella Shauna says hello. Yvonne Steele Dembasau is watching from wherever he may be. And Jeff Bosey wants to know what my Russian dream is now. Every day it's a different. Jeff Bosey, let me explain something. Let me explain. I already lived it. Let's move on. Yvonne,
that's a whole other
phase of my life. All right, Yvonne Steele, Denisha John. We said Denisha, right?
By the way, is Denisha staying at your place? Because she said to just send her mug to your house.
All right. Tanetso Bless Robinson and Patrona Collins. I think I'm repeating some of these people already here, right? Jonathan Elias. Cece Mitchell. Hello, everybody. And everybody's going back and forth there. Yvonne Steele says hello.
You said Ma Dukes already?
I did not see Ma Dukes yet.
Oh, she's
Dembasau begging for a mug, I see. And Annie Palmer says happy Labor Day, except it is Memorial Day. And we'll talk about that. Labor Day is the
It's
end.
Labor Day in Jamaica today.
Oh, it is
today.
Labor Day in Jamaica.
Yeah, today.
Oh, wow. I take that all back.
Bumbleclot. You should know that.
I should know that. Happy Labor Day, Jamaica. You know what? I get some demerits there.
Right.
I definitely get some demerits. Dang. That's more than a dang. That's a damn.
That's a damn.
Nobody filled me in that it was Labor Day in Jamaica.
Your Brad Squad just did.
Yeah, Brad Squad. You know what? Groundhog Sam, instead of reading Jamaican curse words, could have done a little more in depth, on what's going on in Jamaica. All right. Nezzy wants more, and by the way, so happy Labor Day to all our Jamaican friends and those in Jamaica and around the Jamaican diaspora.
Yeah.
Of course, Memorial Day is coming up here in the United States. I thought that's what she was referring to, and Labor Day in the United States is the end of September. Nezzy wants more says good evening, everybody. Iffy Awana says good evening. Beverly Thompson. Shio Dorman says hello. Joval Finklin, good evening, guys. He is sharing in Jamaica, and he's in the building. Lisa Bulling Rose, Arlene Maria Lucis says hello. Risa Garab. Do we know Risa? I'm not sure, but she says hello. Sandra Thompson says hello. Willie Williams, we know. Donna Salmon, Marcia Martin Hartley, and Beverly Thompson, which I said already. All right. Atala Diamond Hart. She is in need of a consultation. You're looking at the guy who can help you. Just leave your question on your Facebook feed or call us at 1-800-529-5465. And why do you know, how do I know that she's in need of a consultation? She said it. We don't have telepathy here, although lots of people think we do. Claudine Nixon says hello. And Marif Velasquez Alipin says she's watching all the way from the Philippines. I don't know what time it is in the Philippines right now, but I would assume it is at least 12 or 13-hour difference.
I think it's a 13-hour
13 hours, so it's 6 in the morning. She's just getting up for work, I guess, right?
It is 5:49, 12 hours.
5:49 in the morning. What are you doing up so early?
Watching Bradshaw Live.
Well, yeah, watching Bradshaw Live.
It's like Good Day in Life.
Set the clock and getting up early for Bradshaw Live.
The Royal Wedding and Bradshaw Live. These are the things.
You know what? We should have a separate. We should have a separate feed to the Philippines. Just good morning. It's Bradshaw Live.
Hey.
Right? Not bad, right?
I like that.
All right. So it's 5:50 in the morning in the Philippines right now, and hello to everybody that I did not say hello to. And we do have to congratulate the first Black American woman, Stacey Evans, becoming the nation's first Black female on the way to becoming the nation's first Black female elected governor. She won the Democratic nomination in Georgia.
Yes.
And she defeated ex-rep Stacey Evans. Stacey Abrams versus Stacey Evans.
Yeah, it's Stacey v. Stacey.
Wow. Advancing her quest to become the nation's first Black female elected governor. She attracted national attention, big name endorsements, and millions of dollars in outside spending because people wanted this to happen. So congratulations. And I don't know who she's going to be going against in the Republican Party, but I do know that who did not win. The deportation bus tour guy.
Yeah.
He did not win. Yes. He did not win the Georgia gubernatorial race. I have here in host chats, congratulations to Stacey Abrams, and in racist updates.
Right.
In racist updates, the Republican candidate in the deportation bus did not win.
Probably because they put water in the tank.
Georgia, that's right. Georgia State Senator Michael Williams garnered only 5% of the vote, despite the deportation bus of the 7 candidates. Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle and Secretary of State Brian Kemp emerged as primary victors and will go on to compete for the Republican nomination. So the Democrats have their governor candidate in Georgia, and the Republicans still don't have anybody. So we'll see what happens. And by the way, everybody, in about 8 minutes or so, we will be starting to answer your immigration questions. You know what happens at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, we are going to be answering your immigration questions, and you got to call 1-800-529-5465. And we also have to ask everybody to please share this with your friends and family. Let them know that in about 8 minutes or so, we will be answering your immigration questions by calling 1-800-529-5465. The best way to share is either take an airplane and go around the world in some little biplane, I guess is that called?
Yep.
That goes around the world.
Yeah.
Or it's much easier to take out your thumb, take out your finger, and share this to your friends and family. I can tell you, everybody, that the peeps, the Brad Squad peeps on Bradshaw Live have beat out the peeps, the Bradshaw Live peeps, or the squad as we like to call them.
2 days in a row.
Okay, 3 days in a row, there has been more sharing on Bradshaw Live page than there has been on Law Offices of Spar Bernstein page. And that's surprising because the number of people who watch on Spar and Bernstein are more than the Bradshaw Live.
All the time.
So if you had to take a bet ahead of time, you say, okay, more people watch on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein than on Bradshaw Live. You would think that you'd get more shares. It is not the case. So we'll see what happens. I've put Groundhog Sam.
Faith in them today.
If Groundhog Sam would put down the Jamaican curse word book and start counting the shares, and he's watching, or she. We don't know. We still haven't decided if it's a he or she.
He's gender fluid.
Gender fluid,
He's
depending
gender
on what
fluid.
day.
He's super woke. He, she, he
It could be
gets
Samantha.
Depending
duh.
on what day, you know, we don't know. Maybe it's Bruce Jenner, maybe it's Caitlyn Jenner. We don't know.
Exactly.
So
Depends how he chooses to express himself
exactly.
that day.
Hey, it's hump day. It might be both.
So whatever it is, he's going to be counting who's sharing and giving us updates. So please, let's hopefully Spar Bernstein can outdo. I'm rooting for Spar Bernstein just because I want to see a competition. Not that I
Yeah.
like Spar Bernstein people more than Bradshaw Live people. I like them equal.
I would say
I just want to see the competition.
I would just
Nice,
get sick of
friendly,
losing
yeah.
every day
competition.
if I were Spar Bernstein. I'd want to change that.
All right, so
Right.
we'll see what
Lisa
happens.
Bling Rose, you're the captain.
She's the
Kimmy
captain
Kim
over there.
London,
Yeah.
make it happen. Don Harriet, you know how to drum up the troops, people.
Come on.
Meanwhile, in more racist news, Aaron Schlossberg, you know, he's the Midtown lawyer, if you remember, Midtown Manhattan lawyer,
Yeah.
who went for lunch and started cursing at the people speaking Spanish
Right. Yeah.
online ahead of him. Turns out the people were U.S. citizens and said, I'm going to call ICE on you. And he eventually, this video went viral,
Right.
and he's now in the process of losing his law license
Perfect.
for not having good moral judgment to be an
Good.
attorney. He has also been kicked out of his leased office.
Fantastic.
He now says, surprisingly, I'm not a racist.
Surprise, surprise.
Yes.
You're not.
So he says, to the people I insulted, I apologize. That's nice. Seeing myself online opened my eyes. The manner in which I express myself is unacceptable and is not the person I am. I see my words and actions hurt people, and for that I am deeply sorry. While people should be able to express themselves freely, they should do so calmly and respectfully. He didn't need that last sentence.
No.
He didn't need that last sentence. He just needed to end it right there. I see my words and actions hurt people, and for that I am deeply
So why do
sorry.
you say calmly and
Because he didn't need to say it. There is no justification for what he said
Right.
or how he said it. And it would have been nice. Maybe I would have said, okay, maybe he's opened his eyes a little bit.
I wouldn't have.
Okay. Then the last sentence, then he's justifying why he did it.
It's the but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
There
never
should
have
never
a
be a
but.
but.
If you're going to apologize, just make the apology, suck it up, you make the apology, there's no but, there's no justification for what happened.
When there's a but, that means you don't really mean
You don't really mean it. He doesn't mean it.
No.
Because he
Because he
said,
hates that he has to apologize.
yeah, but
now.
people should be able to express themselves freely and they should do so calmly and respectfully. No. I'm sorry, that's not a good apology. You're a racist.
It's not an
You're a
apology.
I feel like
racist.
he Googled-
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. He says what the video did not convey is the real me. No, it absolutely conveyed the real you.
But then he said it opened his eyes. So if it
Yeah.
opened your eyes, then it opens your eyes to who the real you is.
Yeah.
But you're saying that's not the real you. It's just, I think it's contradicting himself. I feel like he's saying two things and his actions were a whole different
Yeah.
thing.
By the way, previous videos have emerged of Schlossberg on the streets in Manhattan. One of them is berating a man on the street, saying you're an ugly effing foreigner.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was. There's a video emerged of the same guy.
What?
Yeah, berating a man on the street as an ugly effing foreigner and telling anti-Trump protesters that he agrees with the president's infamous statement that Mexico is sending rapists to the United States.
Yeah, he has.
Okay, he
Se
needs a
habla
therapist.
español.
He needs a therapist. He needs an anger management. You ever
That's
see that movie
insane.
with Adam Sandler
Yeah.
and Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
He needs like more of that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't believe a word of that.
But you know, I don't buy. You know what? If the apology ended, I see my words and actions hurt people, and for that I am deeply sorry. Then maybe he was turning a corner.
No.
But then he ends the apology with, "But while people should be able to express themselves freely, they should do so." No, there's no justification. You should have ended it right there, you dummy. That's why you got no clients.
Yeah.
Surprised he's a lawyer.
As a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
That's why you got no
He must
clients.
not be a very good lawyer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see the NFL's new policy on-field policy? If you take a knee,
What is it?
15-yard penalty
Oh, I
during
did see that.
during the national anthem.
How is that legal? Like
It's legal. They can do whatever they want. What do you mean? How's that legal?
Oh, it's a 15-yard penalty.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
I've not heard that.
Right. They didn't say not to do it. All right, they're just saying you're going to penalize your team. They're not.
There's nothing on the field. Like you're not doing anything in the game.
I
You're
guess
not
the
messing up
only
the
way
game.
around it is for both teams to talk ahead of time and say we're both going to kneel. We'll both take 15-yard penalties.
Well, and they can choose not to go out, but that's just like we're gonna keep the problem children in the locker room. That's
That's
preposterous.
insane.
That's preposterous.
So
It's crazy.
yeah.
And people still watch it.
I'm just reading the notes here. There's so much to talk about this.
That's crazy.
CNN commentator Mark Lement Hill said, I'm just going to see what some of the people said about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Our first commentator, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, he said, that's just crazy. CNN commentator Mark Lement Hill, he had a little more to say about this. He said, standing in the locker room where no one can see you is not a protest, it's erasure. The players cannot accept this. If the NFL players want to resist, they should all remain in the locker room during the anthem. Meet the Press host Chuck Todd said, while new NFL anthem policies make sense from a business perspective, because you don't want to alienate, there is a part of the fan base that doesn't agree with the players.
Right.
And you really, as a business, you don't want to alienate anybody. You want everybody to come in and love you as a player and love what you do in the sports arena. So from a business standpoint, I understand why they're doing this.
Of course.
But and it's certainly within their right to say 15-yard penalty. They can decide what the rules of their game are. It feels un-American to force folks to abide by the league's politics.
Exactly.
I think that really hits it on the nail.
Absolutely.
And then Washington Post journalist Radley Balco, he said, so the NFL plans to defend America by imposing fines for protesting excessive and abusive acts by government, just like the founding fathers would have done.
Obviously, right.
All right, so it's 6 o'clock. We still didn't get to the dog who's a bear. We'll have to
so
wait.
many favorites at the bottom.
Right,
And
the ferret who's a poodle.
And the gene rips.
And the gene rips.
The butt rips. Those are some of my
the
favorites.
Sinkhole. We have so much to get through.
So many good ones.
So much to get through.
None of them.
So whose birthday is it today that everyone is wishing?
It's okay. Wait, I was gonna save this, but this is such a good comment.
What?
Asset Lindo says, "I'm out celebrating my daughter's birthday, but I have to tune in to my favorite show, The Brad Show, best show ever."
Happy birthday to the daughter.
Happy birthday, daughter.
Of Asset Lindo.
Of Asset.
We have a special surprise for the both of you. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, who has done plenty of bat mitzvahs in his day,
I have.
and wished
I still do.
many people happy birthday. Many young girls, many young boys. Happy birthday. I don't think Asset Lindo's daughter's having a bat mitzvah at this moment. But how would you, in one of your prior incarnations, in some of your other jobs, wish Asset Lindo's daughter a happy birthday? Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, we're putting you on the spot.
Take it away.
On the spot.
What is Asset Lindo's daughter's name?
We don't know.
We don't know.
All
We
right.
don't know what birthday she's celebrating.
Right,
Well, what we do know is
Yes.
that she is a very special princess to not just Asset Lindo, but to all the Brad Squad. Happy birthday, princess.
Very good job. Very good job. I like it.
You're invited to my birthday.
And I want you to. Now on my birthday, I'm expecting something
Hey.
like that too.
Yeah, your birthday's first.
All right, so with that said, we're going to have all the answers to your immigration questions in what we call right now, I have your answers to your immigration questions. If you call 1-800-529-5465, we will be answering all of your questions right now. And here comes our graphic.
Woo!
Getting answers without any...
Bear, 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 bear.
Why is the music so late on that? What happened there?
Because I started with my voice, Brad, and I started
What happened?
it
When
too late.
when it comes to the getting answers, the music should be right there with it.
Right.
What happened there?
It was
Bet
late.
is gonna do that next time, all right?
Groundhog Sam, he's saying to me, "You want everything in life, Brett." I'm sorry, but you want to know? I would like to have the music and the graphic together.
Don't be unreasonable,
All
Brad.
right, look, no music. And now the music comes right at the end. All
I
right.
think it's Groundhog Sam.
It's Groundhog
doing
Sam
this.
is screwing me, right?
I like this. I kind of like this. I think this is funny.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. 1-800-529-5465. For those of you who are a little shy and don't like to get on the phone and ask your questions, you can always leave your questions in the comments both on Bradshaw Live and Law Offices of Spar Bernstein, and we will be answering them in about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, but somewhere around the 6:25, 6:30 mark. But if you want to get your immigration questions and you want to talk to me right now, you call 1-800-529-5465 right now, and I'm going to be answering all of your questions. Michelle in New York, New York. How are you?
How are you, Brad? I'm fine.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm calling about my cousin. He's in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He got in trouble with drugs. He was in jail. He was in prison. He did 2 years.
Right.
And his green card is expired. Can he renew it back?
Not if he got in trouble with drugs. He's going to get put in deportation. Do not do anything. He got released without going to immigration?
Yeah, but he got out. They let him out and everything is fine.
What do you mean everything is fine? Did he see an immigration judge?
No, they didn't do anything. They just let him out. He's out.
Okay, so it's not fine. He slipped through the cracks. And when he goes to renew, if in fact he has a drug conviction and he only has a green card, they're going to put him in deportation. All right? And he could be deported. So I would not suggest to him to renew anything. The only thing I would suggest to him is to have a personal, private, one-on-one consultation with me or another very good immigration attorney.
Okay.
What, you don't like that answer?
Yeah, I'm listening to the lawyer.
Okay, I mean, yeah, because what the law, let me tell you what the law says. If you are convicted of any drug offense that is more than 30 grams of simple possession of marijuana or any cocaine offense, you're deportable, period. Now, sometimes, depending on how the laws of each state are written, there's arguments to be made, but Trump's putting you in deportation. Okay, why you fell through the cracks? You're a lucky dude. But, you know, your luck's going to run out if you try to renew your green card at this moment. He should definitely talk to us before he does anything, okay?
Okay, thank you. So what will they free then?
All right, so the same number you called is the number for my office. Tell him to call this number, and we'll set up a consultation.
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, let's go to Nikisha in Palm Beach, Florida. Nikisha.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I had some questions. In 2016, right, I went for an interview for me and my husband.
Right.
Because I'm from Jamaica, so I got married to stay here. So when I went for my first interview, the immigration lady, she approved my green card, and she told me that it was going to be sent out in a couple of days. So I waited a couple of days, nothing. I didn't even get a welcome letter. I went with my lawyer also. And then, they tried to, go to the immigration office to ask them what was the problem, why was the delay. And they can't give a reason why they didn't send out the green card.
How long has this been?
And that was, excuse me?
How long has it been?
That's from 2016.
And you're still waiting 2 years later?
No. Actually, the other year, 2017, they sent me another interview.
Okay.
So I went to a second interview. It was October 3rd.
Uh-huh.
Back with me and my husband. They separated us and everything. I still went with my lawyer. And you know what? They asked a bunch of questions, simple questions, and
what's one of the questions they asked, if you remember?
It was she asked me that my husband, he did not change the address on his ID.
Why?
And what?
Right.
I'm telling you, I've been telling him to change the address. He's making my life so miserable. I asked him to change it. He said he's not going to change it. His dad is using the address and he'll do it on his own time. So that was a problem right there. Mm-hmm. And then, they asked how much we paid for rent.
And you got it wrong.
And he's the one who paid the rent.
Right. So you don't even know. Okay.
Yeah,
So
he gave different
this was in October. Why do you think he gave
Yes,
different?
was
Why do you think he gave different answers? I mean, it sounds to me that this is a legit marriage, right?
Of course.
Right. So why did he give
I
different
think-
answers? Is he a dummy or was he purposely sabotaging?
He is purposely sabotaging me because he moved out. He's gone. I am by myself. I have to do everything by myself right now.
Okay. So
And he moved back to
he purposely screwed up to screw you up so you wouldn't get a green card because obviously you were having, I guess at that point, issues. Is that correct?
Yeah, to
Okay.
screw me up.
He threw you out? He threw you out of the house or the apartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I have to pay all the bills by myself.
Now let me ask you a question. What led up to him throwing you out? Did you have fights? Was there physical fights? Was there curse out fights? Did he touch you, lay a hand on you, threaten you?
He did
or
not.
did he just walk in one day and say, "We're through, get out"?
He did not physically abuse me, more like verbally. He's always trying to cuss me over dumb stuff. And he's also Haitian, so he'd been going to Haiti a lot back and forth. And like one time I'm asking him because we were supposed to go to our interview and he didn't even tell me he was going to Haiti.
Right.
I'm like, how are you going to just go and we have this interview coming up?
Okay.
He said he did not care. And go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, finish the story. So he went to Haiti instead of going on the interview with you. Obviously, he didn't care enough. He didn't care enough about you to let you get through. He actually purposely sabotaged your case. So, so you got a denial letter when?
I got a denial letter last year. So she sent me an intent to deny first came in the mail.
Right.
So she said that we should send more evidence, and we actually sent more evidence.
Right.
And then the lawyer messaged them because they sent out a denial letter like in 7 days, like real quick.
Yeah, because they knew they were denying. You could have sent in an affidavit from Gandhi, or Mother Teresa. They were denying you because they were going to deny you anyway because your husband screwed up the interview. So
exactly.
So let me ask you a question. Did immigration follow up with any sort of notice to appear for deportation?
No, they did not. My lawyer, we filed a motion.
That's a waste of time. Did you file an appeal or a motion to reopen?
A motion to reopen.
Nah, that's a waste of time. All right. It sounds like they were right in denying it because your husband screwed up. They don't realize he screwed up, intentionally.
And I'm telling you, it's like it was simple questions. It was simple questions.
All right. So let's do this, okay? I don't have the answer for you. You actually, it's an unfortunate situation that happened. And it doesn't make you feel any better, but I've heard this story before. Husbands or spouses specifically and purposely screwing up so that their other spouse won't get through. Just vindictiveness. Hold on. I think you're going to need a consultation. I don't have the answer for you right now, but I understand where you're at. And let's see, hopefully, during our consultation, we can figure out how to help you. Hold on. All right, let's go to Mike in Atlanta, Georgia. Mike.
Hello? Yeah.
Mike, how are you?
Sorry, I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
All right. My brother was arrested in 2002 for possession of marijuana.
Right.
And then he applied for citizenship with a lawyer in 2009. They denied citizenship. Then
why did they deny his citizenship?
They said because of what was it again? I think it was something about support.
Support of what?
His morals. Something.
Poor moral character.
Yes.
Why did he have bad moral character?
Because he was arrested for possession of marijuana.
Okay. And when I missed that part in the beginning. I apologize. Now I understand. When did he get his green card?
Yeah, he was arrested for possession of marijuana.
When did he get his green card?
2002.
Okay. And what happened with that possession of marijuana case? What was he actually found guilty of?
He pleaded out on the First Offenders Act, and he comes out. He do jail time for what? I think it's 90 days. He do 90 days jail time, and then come out. And then on his plea bargain, they said that it would be a misdemeanor. So he was misled by the lawyer, because the lawyer told him.
Yeah, even though it's a misdemeanor, if it was possession more than 30 grams, he's a deportable alien. So
Yes, he was born.
Yeah. So where is he now?
He's still here, and he get another green card like last year. He applied for another green card because his green card did expire. And then he applied for another green card, and he get it last year also.
All right, so this is what we want to do in terms of citizenship. First thing we got to do is this. He's a deportable alien. We want to make sure that he has 5 years good moral character. It sounds like he would already have 5 years good moral character because
Yes,
this happened,
that's the
this
only,
happened, this happened
it happened
more than right. This happened
15
more
years
than
ago,
15 years
and
ago,
never
and it's not an aggravated felony. Still a deportable offense, but not an aggravated felony, so he's eligible to file his naturalization. The other thing we want to do is make sure, because 3 things could happen when he goes to file his citizenship. Okay, these are only 3 possibilities that could happen. So you got to think ahead of time. Okay, what happens in all 3 possibilities? Well, the first possibility is he's not an aggravated felon. He has 5 years good moral character. He knows how to read, write, and speak English. He's otherwise a good person. He passes the citizenship test, and they say, congratulations, you're a citizen. It's very possible. The second thing that could happen is they could say exactly what happened the first time, which is we're denying you because you have bad moral character from a crime that happened 15 years ago. If that's the case, you appeal that because they just made up a law. You can't be denied citizenship for something that happened 15 years ago. It could only be if it happened within the last 5 years or something that happened in the 5 years has some sort of nexus to something you did 15 years ago. Assuming he's never been arrested again, there's no nexus in his last 5 years to 15. So if that's the case, you appeal. Or the third thing that could happen is they could say, you know what? You're a deportable alien. You were found guilty of drugs. You went to jail for 90 days. We're going to put you in deportation. So now you have to think, okay, if they decide to put this guy in deportation, what are we going to do as attorneys to beat the deportation? So if we feel confident that, God forbid he gets put in deportation, that we could beat the case, then we talk to him about, okay, well, these are the odds, X, Y, Z. We think that we could beat the case if you get put in deportation. And if we think it, I'm sure immigration thinks it too. So, you got to think through everything before you decide to move forward. Now, obviously, I would argue already that immigration feels, the USCIS feels they can't deport this guy because they would never have given him back his green card. They would have put him in deportation when they had him.
In 2012, he did get picked up by ICE.
Right.
But he only get picked up for like 4 hours. They picked him up and say, "Oh, you come up in the system."
All right. So he needs to have a consultation with us, and then we got to reassess everything based on how I just described it to you. So hold on. All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to David in Brooklyn. David.
Hello. Good evening.
How are you, David?
I'm doing good. You?
What could I do to help you?
Yeah, I have a question I want to ask about my cousin. She's been in America for 5 years.
Right.
So she says she don't know what to do to get a green card. So I come to you to ask you what can she do.
I don't know what she can do. I don't know anything about your cousin. What the first step would be to have a consultation with us, and we'll go through our whole entire immigration history and give her what options she has. I don't know. Yeah. So hold on. I'm a good lawyer, but I don't have a magic wand. So, we need to know some more facts about her, and that's what would happen in the consultation. So hold on one second, okay? Let's go to Marcia in Jefferson City, Missouri. Marcia.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on?
I came here on a school visa in 2011. After I finished college, I got married to an American citizen in September of 2015. I put in all my paperwork, and then we went in for the first interview. Mm-hmm. After the first interview, about 2 weeks after, I received a letter to come back in for a second interview. During the second interview, they separated, my husband and I, and afterward they said that we will hear from them. I think about a week after, we received a letter of intent to deny.
Right.
And after that, I got me a lawyer, and she reviewed my case and everything, and she gave more detailed answers to the questions that were asked. Mm-hmm. And with that lawyer, ended up getting my green card.
All right, great. Fabulous.
Thank you. And then after that, about 7 months or so after, my husband and I, we broke up.
Okay.
We're still married, but we're currently separated.
Okay.
And my card is about to expire in August of 2018.
Okay.
How do I go about getting
to get your permanent green card? There's 4 ways. Okay. Let's go through all 4 ways. One is you and your spouse go back and live together, make up, reconcile. You live together, prove you live together, and get your green card and file a joint application. Second way is you file alone and say your husband's abusive and it doesn't sound like there's any abuse, so that's not an option. The third way is you file on your own. You say there would be an extreme and unusual hardship if I were deported because, God forbid, I have cancer and there's no cancer treatment in the country I came from. That also doesn't appear to be the case, and thank God that's not the case. Or the last thing, which is generally the way you go when marriages break up, is if you can show your marriage is terminated, basically divorced, you're divorced, and your marriage is terminated, and you can prove that for some period of time, from the time you got your green card through the time of separation, that you and your spouse were living together in a bona fide marriage. The law doesn't require you to stay in an unhappy marriage to get your green card. They just want to go back and review your marriage to make sure it was real and legitimate. So based on everything I heard, and I'm not in favor of divorces at all. I'm not in favor of telling you to divorce. I'm not in favor of breaking up marriages. But if you're separated and there's no reconciliation, then the answer is going to be you're going to have to get a divorce from him, terminate your marriage, and prove that for those 7 months it was a real marriage, and you get your green card, and you do everything on your own without him. So hold on, we can help you. I can't help you with the divorce because you're in Missouri, but I can certainly help you with the immigration. So hold on. All right?
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Whitney in Stamford, Connecticut. Whitney.
Hi. I'm calling to get some information.
Yes.
I came here when my mom filed for me when I was 16, but when she put in the papers, she was a green card holder.
Right.
But by time I come here, she was already a citizen.
Right.
So I was around 16
when you entered
at the time. So
how old are you now?
My green card is expired. So I wanted to get some information first before I renew my green card, because someone told me that I automatically become a citizen.
How old are you now?
I'm 28.
You're 28 years old. So you were born.
Yes.
You entered the United States 12 years ago. So
yes.
You're 28 now. Am I doing the math right? 12 years ago, right? And we're now in 2000.
Yes, because
we're now in 2000. Okay, we're now in 2018. So 2008, 2006, you came into America.
Yes.
Okay. As you can tell, I am much better with immigration knowledge than doing math in my head. But you came in 2006, you were 16 years old, and you were living in the legal and physical custody of your mother, who was a citizen. That makes you an automatic U.S. citizen. So the day you entered...
Yes, but the thing about it is she said someone given her information that when I came here, she was supposed to fill out some paper and send it back in order for me to become a citizen. She don't know if I automatically become a citizen. So she said they told her to fill out some paper. I don't know what paper it is. But then I went to Jamaica for like a month or two.
Whitney. And then you entered the United States at 16. You went to Jamaica for a month or two, and then you came back and lived with your mom.
No, I was living with my mom when I came here.
Fine. That's the end of the story. You were living in the legal and physical custody. The day you entered America to live in the legal and physical custody of your mother with a green card under the age of 18 with a mom who is a U.S. citizen, you are a U.S. citizen. Your mom at the time should have gotten you a U.S. passport. But just because she didn't do it at that time doesn't mean you're not a U.S. citizen. You've been a U.S. citizen for 12 years. You just have no evidence of it. So now's the time to go do it.
Okay, so the paper that she's talking about that she was supposed to fill out and send him, that doesn't mean anything?
No, what you're saying is there was no deadline to do it. So so what you're hearing from this other person is that if you didn't do this paperwork at this moment when you were 16, 12 years ago, that means you're not a citizen. The fact is, you're a citizen when you were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Because she didn't do that, and I passed the age of 16. And then when I become 17,
That's
then
wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong. Okay? You have been a citizen from 16 to 28 and every day ever since. We can help you.
Okay, so can I ask you another question?
Yes.
If she put in the papers when she was a green card holder, would that affect anything? Because she put the papers in when she was a green card holder.
Whitney just talks over me.
Yes.
Okay? She just talks over me. I'm like, time out, stop, be quiet. This is the law. It doesn't matter. If you were a green card holder, listen, okay? If you are a green card holder, you are under the age of 18, you are living with your mom who is a U.S. citizen in the legal and physical custody of that U.S. citizen mother, and this is after February 2001, and this was in 2006 and sometime, you are an automatic U.S. citizen. You didn't have to fill out any papers. The sun came up, and voila, you're a citizen. That's what the law says. It happens automatically. The only papers you had to fill out was you need some evidence of this fact. Nobody ever gave you evidence of this fact. So you have to go get a passport. Just like if I was born in the United States of America, yes, I was. I was born here. I was born at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City. They gave me a birth certificate. Okay, so that's my evidence. The sun came up, I was born, and here I am. I'm a U.S. citizen. Okay, same thing. You entered the United States with a green card to a U.S. citizen mom under the age of 18 in legal physical custody. Voila, you're a citizen. Congratulations. Hold on.
All I have to do is just get my passport?
Yeah, but it's not just all you have to do. You have to prove all of this. You got to prove it all. There's something called proof. You got to prove it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. She needs a consultation.
She's struggling.
She's struggling.
She was struggling.
She's struggling. She needs a consultation. You're a citizen. All right, Marie in Brooklyn.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on?
Well, I'm just here. Happy to hear from you.
I'm happy to hear from you.
Okay, I have a question for you here.
Go ahead.
My husband and I my fiancé and I are planning to get married, right?
Right.
Can I do the medical in any state differently from the state that he's living?
Yes, but yes, you can, but you make sure you're prepared to be living together with your spouse.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Yeah, you can.
Yes.
All right.
Another question for you. My friend have 2 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their stepmother is filing for them. And can they get citizenship through their stepmother?
No, it has to be through a biological parent.
Oh, because the stepmother is filing for the father and for them.
No, they wouldn't become citizens. They would get green cards.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, hold on if you need help, actually. Kareem in Newark, New Jersey. Kareem.
Yeah, finally. How you doing, boss?
What's up?
Not much. I called last week.
Yeah.
And I told you that, I'm a U.S. citizen since 98, almost 30 years.
Okay.
So, and they've been married for 20 years, over 20 years. I have 4 kids.
Right.
They're all U.S. citizens. And my wife had an interview overseas in December. Everything went fine. You know what I mean?
Was this in Egypt or Morocco?
Morocco.
I remember you. Okay. And then you never heard anything. And I said you got to...
Yeah, nothing.
Right. Well,
6 months.
My advice is the same. You got to hire us to call the embassy.
I have to what?
Hire an attorney to call the embassy, or you call the embassy yourself. I don't know. It's the same advice. We got to see what's going on. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know the number. Whenever you call, there is no it just keeps giving you busy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to ask if there is a juice in the case, I can hire you. If there is anything we can do and get it accomplished.
The answer is yes. Okay. We will speak to somebody. Okay, because we do this all the time. We do this all the time. We will speak to somebody. I promise you. Okay, hold on. All right. You just don't know who to speak to, and we do.
Get that
all
inside
right.
scoop.
So let's go to Jerome in Knoxville, Tennessee. Jerome.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, Yeah, my problem has how to do it. Not most of is how to. I want to know how do you change the mistake that was made on your immigration.
Wait,
on your green card.
Jerome. I had trouble with your accents. Go again, slower.
Okay.
All right.
I just want to get some information. How do I make correction on my green card that was made?
Okay,
before?
so you got a green card, and there was an error on the green card?
It's an error on it with the original they sent to me.
Okay. Now, whose fault is the error? Was it because you filled out the form wrong, or they just typed in the information incorrect?
Well, I think it's then because I had first they gave me a temporary one, which I had a copy of it.
Right.
Then they gave me the original. The original had mine is supposed to be 11/18, which my birthday, but I had 1/18.
Okay.
So I wrote them.
Yeah, writing them is not going to do anything. So what you need to do is do a new I-90, and there's a checkbox on the I-90 application that says my green card was issued to me incorrectly. Check that off. You will unfortunately have to return the incorrect green card. If it was their error, you do not have to pay a filing fee. They'll manufacture you a new one in about 8 weeks.
Okay, but that's the problem. That's the problem, though. I mean, I've been, but what they did, I wrote them, and they wrote me back a letter.
But Jerome, the problem is you didn't follow what I just told you to do. You can write them till the cows come home. You fill out the I-90 form, and you follow exactly what I just told you to do. If you do that, you have no problem. So anything else you're doing is causing you a problem.
What this is what they asked me for. They asked me for my birth certificate. I took all that. I took all the citizenship problem, the citizenship test, everything. This happened when regular person they gave out the green card.
Again,
one of those.
You can keep writing them.
Okay. Yeah, but this is the problem. Okay, this is the problem I have now.
Jerome,
your
problem. Listen to me. Your problem is Your problem is you don't follow the words coming out of my mouth. You could write them forever. Mm-hmm. You fill out an I-90, submit a copy of your birth certificate, say this was issued incorrectly. As long as it was their error and not your error, they will issue you a new one. That's what you have to do. And now he's going to tell me what the problem is.
Okay, ma'am. They've been renewing it, but the problem I have is I had an accident, and it looked like the person who had an accident with was probably knew the policeman.
But that's not a reason to not get a green card. Hold on, you need a consultation. This is going to go on forever about his birth date wrong on the green card, and it has nothing to do with your accident and the policeman.
People are not about listening today.
There's no listening today.
There's no listening today, Brad.
They just want to talk.
Talk over you.
Sounds like me. That's all I want to do is talk.
Yeah, but you're giving the advice. It makes sense that you talk.
Right. Enough. Sometimes people tell me, enough, Brad. Stop talking. Now I know how it feels.
You can't stop talking.
I can't stop talking. Now I know how it feels.
Right.
All right, Alicia in the Bronx. Alicia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yes, I'm calling because I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
I have a case that from 2016. However, I was granted a work permit, and I have the tracking app on my phone, which I put the receipt number and I tracked it to see updated information.
Right.
And however, they sent me from July last year, the 12th of July, that they're going to issue out a date for my interview. However, it's 2018 now. It's almost a year, and I still haven't got the interview. So I was wondering what will be the problem. I have a lawyer.
I don't know. I mean, they're certainly backed up in immigration. It shouldn't take you 9, 10 months or even a year. Where do you live? You live in New York, and it's over a year and you're still waiting? The only thing I could suggest to you is, if you want, you can have a second consultation with me. Let me look over what the lawyer did and make sure everything is being done right. I don't know the answer until I see everything that was submitted and done. Then I can give you an answer. Maybe the lawyer submitted documents and they asked for additional documents and that slowed your case down. I don't know. Okay. But how long have you been married?
I've been married since 2016.
When?
October 26th.
Okay, so now you want to pray. Let me tell you what you pray for. You want to pray that they don't schedule you for an interview till after October of 2018. Why? Because then you only have to go through this process once. If you get your interview, you're almost at the 2-year mark of your marriage. If you get your interview after the 2-year mark of your marriage, then you go through this process once, you get a permanent green card, and you don't have to deal with having a 2-year card and then going to remove the conditions. You hear these questions all the time. I got the 2-year, I want to go to the 10-year. You don't have any of that. You just get your 10-year and you're done. At this point, you're 3 months away from 2-year anniversary of your marriage, or 4 months away. What is it? June, July, August, September, 4 months away. I would, at this point, do nothing. Don't push them for an interview. Just be quiet and hope the interview comes after October. That's my advice. If after October you don't get an interview, then come see me.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for your help.
All right, you're welcome. Hold on. All right, let's go to Andre in Brooklyn. Andre.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Quick question for you.
Yes.
I have a son. He's going to be 20 in July. Is there a limit that I have to follow before I file for him? Somebody told me that may be too late.
Are you a citizen?
I am in the process of being a citizen, green card holder presently.
Okay. You have to be a citizen and file for him before he turns 21. Other than that, he's going to wait about 7 or 8 years.
Okay. So once I got the citizen, and if I file before 21, then it's fine.
Correct.
Okay, great. One more question. I have 2 other kids that are in the islands too. Can I file separate for them?
Yes, you don't have to file all at the same time for everybody. You can do one at a time.
Okay, but 21 years is the cutoff.
Right. So what I would suggest for the 20-year-old is file the I-130 now. The reason you file the I-130 now, it's already taken care of. So the day you become a citizen, he's locked under 21.
Excellent.
All right?
Thank you, Brad.
You're very welcome.
Yes. All right.
All right, hold on if you need help. Oh, gosh, this computer. Bill Gates should see how this Microsoft thing works.
Oof.
Ugh, calling Bill Gates out.
Strong words
Strong
there.
words here.
Right.
Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
No one is safe.
Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. Nobody. All right, we don't hold punches here.
No, we don't.
All right, let's go to Tiffany in Queens. Tiffany.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I have one question. I'm fine. You?
Good. What's going on?
Okay. My cousin filed for SIJ in August 2017, right? And he has been waiting ever since. Right? He hasn't received any work permit or anything. He's 20 years old and filed his case with an attorney.
Is this in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
He has a child. He has a child that was born here in the U.S. Is it true that SIJ denying? Is it true that
USCIS changed their policy with SIJs for New York only? That they're saying that if you're over 18, the way that the statute is written in New York, you wouldn't qualify for SIJ. I happen to disagree. It's a legal argument. I've seen that happen in my own practice, where in the past they were approving SIJ cases in New York for 18 to 21. Now they're denying them. All those cases are going on appeal. It'll eventually end up in federal court and litigation. I happen to think USCIS is incorrect, but that's what it's going to be. It's a legal argument on statutory interpretation of. Yes, go ahead.
So he did it when he was 19. So
yeah. So he's going to probably get denied, and he'll have to appeal, and hopefully the SIJ cases ahead of him on appeal will be successful, and then he'll be successful.
Okay, so is it safe to do an info pass?
Yes.
Okay. And when should he hear back from immigration?
I don't know. I don't know what was done on his case. I would have to look at his file. He can have a consultation with me for sure.
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right. So it's 6:40 already.
Yeah.
Okay. I see Bradshaw Live is ahead. If Groundhog Sam,
he's doing his job.
He's doing his job?
Yeah.
He is.
He is?
He is.
What's the numbers right now, Sam?
Yeah, he just said it recently.
Yeah, I just saw it.
There, it's right up there.
108 to 54.
That is not even close.
Not even close.
Not even half.
So, you know what? I'm beginning to not like Spar and Bernstein people. They don't like to share.
Wow.
All right, I do like that.
Blatant favoritism.
I do like that, but they lose every time.
Every day.
Every day.
I would get so sick of losing.
Come on.
I would make sure that we didn't lose.
That's what I would do.
That's what I would do. I would start sharing. And it doesn't actually hurt you to share.
No,
what is the effort in sharing? It's like zero. Zero effort. And then you're helping as many people as you can. You're helping us.
There's over 100 people watching.
So please share. Please take out your thumb. Jonathan, why don't you tell people how to share?
All you have to do is camera going to come to me?
No, the camera doesn't come.
Oh. All you have to do is look at the video, look right under the video, the bottom right, there's an arrow. Just click on it, share it to your friends, a page, share it on your own page. And if you want to tag anybody and put their name on it, and invite. You could also invite friends. At the top part, it says a plus sign right there. It says invite friends. It's so easy. So easy.
I apologize, Lisa. She's giving me angry faces.
Ooh.
Lisa Bling Rose. I apologize.
Well, I think she's doing it to her team.
Is she doing it to? No, she's doing it to me.
She said Brad.
She said Brad.
Oh, because
I said I didn't like. Yeah, because her team is letting her down.
He didn't mean that. He didn't.
Come
mean
on,
that.
Team Lisa Bling Rose.
And now Deschanel Perry, we have shamed Deschanel.
Yeah.
She said just shared, but we shouldn't have had to shame you that hard.
Yeah. All right, so right now we're going to go to a segment that we call Social Media Check-In, where we're going to be answering your immigration questions that you have asked for us on social media in a segment that we call Social Media Check-In. All right.
Boom.
What do we got?
All right, we have one from Senda. Hi, can I ask one more question? So I guess this is a follow-up. Can I send all my papers without my I-693 and to the follow up like a month, or do I need to send with all my forms?
I would. She's asking about the I-360, I believe, which is the VAWA application for an abused spouse. You should file if you were married to a U.S. citizen. And you're filing as an abused spouse of a U.S. citizen, you should be doing the I-360 plus the whole adjustment, which is the I-485. And that way you can get your work permit right away.
Melanie says, keep up the good work.
Thank you. Brian?
Can a child visa be canceled if the parents have overstayed on their visiting visa?
It's possible. It's possible at the airport. They would find out that the parents overstayed and they would turn the child back saying you're going to live here illegally as well. Certainly when the child goes to renew his visa, they will not give it to him.
All right, I have one from Car. If you have a priority date in August 2014 and you're an adult, how much longer is the wait?
2014 and you're an adult?
Yes.
What does that mean? Who's sponsoring Car?
Just as a priority date in August
I would assume you are the unmarried son or daughter over the age of 21 of a U.S. citizen, and you're going to wait about 3 more years. That's my assumption of what he's asking.
Cool.
Lawrence says, a friend of mine came to the States with a tourist visa, but she didn't say in her application the first time around that she actually had family here. And she ended up overstaying with those family members. But now she's married and she's moved in with her husband. Her husband has gone ahead and started filing for her. So now the real question is she going to have a problem with the filing if they find out that she actually had family here and never mentioned it? They're all citizens.
I doubt it. Anything is possible. If you lied, you would need to file a waiver. But I doubt it. I doubt that's going to come up on an immigration issue. On an immigration interview as an issue. Sometimes I get tongue-tied.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Happens to the best of us.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. I have one from Andrea Prod.
By the way, I'm so impressed with your happy birthday. I'm still thinking about it.
Really?
Yes.
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
That's why you get the big bucks.
That.
Yes.
And you get paid the big bucks to do this.
Correct.
I'm just here for the pretty face.
Correct.
Hi.
We basically have it all down pat now.
There you go.
Right.
Of the looks of the operation,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes. Somebody's got it.
Somebody's got to be.
Right. All right, so we have one from Andrea Prod. I have a question. My PD is March. PD. Priority date. I'm learning. My priority date is March 23rd, 2017. So I guess it just passed. But I only made the forms I-130 and I-485. Now that I've found out I can apply for I-6 or I-765, but I don't know where to send my form and want to know how long it'll take.
Send it to the same address you filed the I-45 and the I-130. You can file it now. There's no filing fee.
Okay, she said because I didn't get anything or an appointment.
Okay, just send it with a copy of the receipt notice of the I-45.
Willie is wondering if there's any way he can help his friend. He says, I have a friend, she's overstayed her visa and so has her husband. I'm wondering if I can sponsor her so that she can rectify the overstayed visa. I was born and raised in the Bronx.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no friend sponsorship. There's employer sponsorship, there's family sponsorship, no friend sponsorship. Let them come and see me and we'll figure out what we can do.
All right, I have one from Francesca Goldstein. My mom is a U.S. citizen. She lives in the U.K. with her British citizen husband. They've been married for almost 4 years. They're both retired. If she ever decided to move back to the U.S., what would she need to do to file for him?
She would need to file an I-130 visa petition. And she should do it before she decides to move back to the United States because it's going to take a year.
Jamaica Gem says, my husband's in Jamaica since 2004 and we're still waiting on an interview. It's really complicated and I don't know what to do. Can you help?
Waiting on an interview for what?
I mean, I'm assuming she filed for her husband.
Yeah, well, I'm very good at complicated. Call me.
Ooh. Very confident there.
Told ya.
Yes. my cases are complicated. My life is complicated. There's nothing uncomplicated about me.
I'm already stressed out
yes.
for you. All right, I have one from Lauren Rush. My friend would like to know if you were born in Canada and moved to the USA and you're under the age of 21, can they use their social number to work in the USA?
They were born where?
They were born in Canada.
And then
they moved to the USA.
How do they have a social security number?
It just says that they're under the age of 21.
But are you legal to work? I don't know. Having a social security number doesn't necessarily make you legal to work. What is your status here?
So, Lauren, we need to know what the status is.
We need to know more. We need to know
a little more detail.
Little mas.
Little mas.
Yes.
Queen D says, when someone gets an advance parole and a work permit card, how often should they travel?
As much as you want, but just don't stay out of the country for long periods of time.
All right. All right, so I have one from Diana.
Yes.
Can anyone apply for PR, permanent residency?
Yes.
Very good.
In the USA?
Yes.
Or is there a prerequisite to apply for that or a green card?
There's no just, I feel like getting a green card. You have to generally fit into a category to get a green card. There's lots of different categories, and that's what the purpose of the consultation is, to figure it out. Belgium, Kim, what is the share status here?
Now, the last that I saw, it was Groundhog Sam saying 112 to 57.
Belgium, Kim, can you secretly talk, because Jonathan doesn't seem to be able to get...
They're not listening
They're not
to me.
listening. Perhaps you can speak to Spar and Bernstein people and say, hey, this is how you share. It's very simple. You can do it to a group.
Yeah.
You can do it to your friend's page.
Yeah.
You can send it in Messenger
to
somebody's page.
Yeah.
You tell them how to do it, please. Because they don't listen to Jonathan.
They don't listen to Jonathan. Maybe they'll listen to me,
Right.
Spar Bernstein, Brad Squad.
We'll see.
Because I'm really on your team here. I've been Spar Bernstein, Brad Squad from the beginning. Jeff Bosey always tries to steal you away, and I love the pride. Like, no, we're staying. Show us your pride. Share. Use that little arrow. Share it to the groups that you're super interested in. You know people that need help. Share it to your friends that you know are going through some tough times with their immigration issues. Share it to your parents that you don't even know are having immigration issues. Share it to everyone, family. You got to do it right now if you have any hopes of beating Brad Gillette.
And by the way, Dawn, Lisa, and Beverly on Spar Bernstein page are like, we die together. We're sticking here.
Exactly.
We're sticking it out forever. They are not moving over.
No.
They are not moving
like
over.
that.
No, they're
they
ride or die for each
ride
other
or die
and
for each other.
us.
That is correct. All right, let's do a couple more questions. We got a whole bunch of people still on hold. We got a lot more to do. We got a lot more show ahead of us.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one from Queen D. All right. Hi. When someone gets an advance parole and work permit card, how often should they travel? Or can they travel?
They can travel. Just it's not the amount of time; it's the time out of the country. Don't spend long periods of time.
Nikki says, can someone who has a felony go ahead and file for you, or is that going to affect their filing for you?
As long as it's not a sexual predator felony of a child under the age of 18, it should be no problem.
Yes.
We always get him. We always get him.
We do get yes.
yes.
I like yes
Right.
too.
Yes.
Right. Sweetie Nick said she shares. I'm a survivor said she shares.
Thank you, sweet. But
Yes.
see, that's all Bradshaw Live.
All Bradshaw
no
Live.
wonder.
Right.
No wonder they're beaten.
Nobody's claiming sharing on Spar
Exactly.
Bernstein.
This is pretty sad.
Sad.
All right, so I'm here without a visa. I'm married to an American citizen. We have 2 kids. I'm the primary breadwinner. So is it any chance for me to get a green card here in the USA?
I don't know. Have a consultation. You're the breadwinner. Wonderful. So if you're the breadwinner, you should be able to have a consultation. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
There's always a possibility. You got to qualify for something. Would you say yes to that?
I would say.
I would say yes to yes.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say yes. I would say yes.
Yes. Okay.
My real Southern would come out, and I would say yes.
Yes.
Right.
Joan says, "Is there a way?" I'll stop. Is there a way to get?
Please.
I could go français.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get
No.
a green card?
I like that so much better. If you did everything like in a French accent.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get?
I could
can't
do
even
the
it.
whole show in the French
Yes,
accent.
please do that.
I
That
could
would
do
be
that,
great.
no problem.
That would be
no
great.
problem at all.
That's hilarious.
Zero problem.
Yes.
I like that.
John Crosby.
He wants to know if we could get a silly green card in America.
Green card, a stupid green card. Why do you want a green card from the United States of America? Ridiculous. Ridiculous America. Who wants to live in America?
All right. So what is the question?
Joan says,
Yes.
is there a way to get a green card while in the USA before a J1 expires?
Yes, you need a job sponsor. You're here, or family sponsorship. You're here on legal status, so let's figure it out. All of these, how do you get a green card, require a consultation. 2 more each.
All right, I have one from Senda. Senda asks, I just want to ask, could I send my papers for a green card without my sponsorship yet?
No, you got to send it together, Senda.
See what you did with that.
You see what I did? You see what I did there?
He's so funny, that Brad.
Yeah, that Brad. Boy.
Cindy wants to know, in the process of filing for a green card, can someone obtain a credit card?
Yes. If you have a social security number, go for it.
Glorious.
Awesome. All right, we done.
We done.
We done.
All right, let's go to Marie in Brooklyn, New York. Marie. Marie, she's on hold so long she didn't. Wait, was she back? Marie, you there?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, I need to know how much is it for the conference to do the paperwork for me for the after I'm married.
Hold on, we'll talk to you off the air. Let's go to Beverly in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beverly.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you guys are too. Well, you guys sound like you're doing well anyways.
I think we're doing well, right? What would you say, Jonathan? Well or not well?
I think we're doing amazing, honestly.
Okay, Jonathan says amazing. Belgium Kim?
I think we are fantastic.
Fantastic and amazing. Beverly, how you doing?
It's good.
Good. Okay, what's going on?
I have a friend. She's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's been here since she was about somewhere between 9 and 10 years old.
Okay.
Her father was a U.S. citizen when she came here.
Uh-huh.
Her mother wasn't. Got deported.
Okay.
Before her father could file for her, he died.
Okay.
She now has 4 children, and she doesn't know if she has any status.
Was the father a citizen when she was born?
I'm not sure if he was a citizen when she was born, but I knew when she got here before she was 10, he was.
All right, so that's the first thing we got to find out, because if the father was a citizen before she was born, it's possible that she's a citizen too. Possible.
And if he wasn't, how complicated is it?
I don't know. We would have to really delve into the history of what the father and mother did for her or for themselves, because it's possible she'd be grandfathered in under something they previously did, which would open up a lot more different possibilities. I think, she would need a consultation. And I don't say this like, it seems like the last 3 or 4 calls is go get a consultation. I mean, the reality is, it's not a simple thing. I'm here and I want a green card. Okay? We would need to find out what the whole history of the father and mother's immigration to see what she would derive from that, and then take it from there. All right?
Oh.
So hold on 1 second, all right?
All right.
All right. Let's go to Vicky in Queens. I think Vicky's at a carnival. He's at a carnival. Or maybe there was it sounded like, what are those, the things like the little monkey goes like this.
Yeah, Jack in the Box.
A Jack in the Box, yeah.
Those used to scare me.
They're still scary.
Fabiola in Decatur, Alabama. Fabiola?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. What's going on?
I have a case in immigration. Being 2008.
One second. I'm going to put you on hold and see if we can get a better connection, because I'm not hearing you. Let's go to Tanisha in Rochdale County, Georgia. Tanisha.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
To you all.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
I have 2 questions. I was mentally and physically abused by my husband, and we married 1 year now. And I sent for my son from Jamaica, and he's here with me. And I filed for abuse, and both me and my son. And along with the documents, I send all of the text message. I print out all of the text message that he sent to me, physically and mentally abusing me, telling me, how he's going to kill me and stuff like that. So I was wondering if that all those text message I send with my document, if it's going to cause a problem.
No, it helps your
they
case.
Didn't ask. Hello?
It helps your case. He's threatening you. It helps your case.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Another thing again, I wanted to file for my other 2 kids in Jamaica.
How old are they?
Do I have to wait? Huh?
How old are they?
12 and 14.
Okay, as soon as you get through, they would be derivative beneficiaries on your VAWA application. They would come a few months later. That's the way you do it.
Okay. Can I get a consultation?
Yes, hold on. All right, let's go to Kerry in Monroe, Ohio. Kerry.
Hello.
Hi, Kerry. How are you?
Yes. I'm good.
What's
How about
going
you?
on?
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
If your visa was revoked, knowing that, they revoked the visa because you was working illegally, and you got married, will you be able to get your green card through marriage too?
How is your visa revoked and you're in Ohio, or unless you're not in Ohio?
No, it's not for me. I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, so their visa was revoked where? At the U.S. Embassy?
In Miami.
In Miami.
I think.
Okay, so that person basically had a summary exclusion or a summary removal. They were basically deported at the airport because they were coming on some sort of visa that didn't allow work, and they found out they were working. So you need 2 waivers, a waiver for a prior order of deportation and misrepresentation. You absolutely can through marriage, but it requires a lot of work and good lawyering.
Okay.
All right, so hold on 1 second, but but you need 2 waivers. Waivers don't come easy. Hold on. All right, let's go to Pavone in Detroit, Michigan. Pavone.
Yes.
How are you? How you doing?
Hi, good. So my question is as it relates to conditional green card.
Yes.
How long does the process take to remove that condition, and can a person work legally while that process is taking place?
Yeah, when you're removing the conditions, you're a permanent resident every day that application is pending. So you can legally work, you can legally travel. It takes about 18 months.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's go to Sanda in Hackensack, New Jersey. Sanda. Is this the same Sandra
Hello?
that emails you? Sandra. Sandra.
Hello?
Hi, Sandra.
Hi, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I just want to ask, can I send all my forms and then leave out the medical form and send it like after 2 months?
Yep. No, you don't send it after 2 months. You bring it to the interview.
I can bring it in interview.
Yeah.
Okay. We're almost 2 years of married on June. Should I wait until 2 years of married?
2
or
years is in June?
Yeah.
File now, because by the time you get your interview, it'll be past 2 years.
Okay, and then what? For example, I already sent it and it's on process, and I want my mom and my dad to be here. Do you think they can be approved of visa or not?
Doubtful.
It's
doubtful. Once you're a citizen, where are you from? The Philippines?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, we can help, but yeah, doubtful they'll be able to get a visa till you're a citizen. Hold on. All right, let's go to Omar in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. Oh, in South Carolina.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Omar.
How are you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's up?
I am here on a J1 visa, but I recently got married.
Great.
And I did my waiver and everything. So I'm just wondering how long will it take?
Did you get the waiver approved?
Yes, the waiver was
okay,
approved.
Great. So now you file an adjustment. It'll take about 8 months.
It will take about 8 months?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Congratulations. Hold on if you need help. Let's go to, who do we have left here? Melissa in Trenton, New Jersey. Melissa.
Hi,
how are
my
you?
question is, hello. My question is, after you get married, how much is it to do the paperwork?
Filing fee for an adjustment is $1,760.
No, your
My fee, I don't know. My fee, just so you understand, I do know, but I don't know. Okay, so let me explain why. Okay, It is a flat fee, but I have to determine, or the lawyer has to determine, to the best of their ability, how much work we're going to do, and I mean work in terms of hours. And we take our best guesstimate. Is this going to be a 5-hour case? Is this going to be a 10-hour case? Is this going to be a 15-hour case? And then we can give you, based on, after the consultation, how much time and effort we're going to be putting into this. Until we have a consultation, it's impossible to know. I will tell you that we do have payment plans. Our payment plans are a couple $100 a month, so most of the times people can afford it. All right. So hold on, and you can have a consultation if you choose. All right. Let's go to Vicky in Queens. Vicky.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm good.
What's going on?
How much is it for consultation?
Okay, so a consultation with my immigration attorneys, it's $100 or it's $200 for me. And you can hold on 1 second. That I do know because everybody has to pay the consultation. Let's go to Bobby in Newark, New Jersey. Bobby.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes.
My kid, I'm calling from Newark. My kid, my brother in India, he case approved, and now I have a filling out DS-260, and then I have a question: have you ever been refused for U.S. visa? He went to a 97 one time to the embassy to get the visa,
and he was turned
then
down.
He didn't. Yeah.
Okay, the answer is yes. Then tell the truth. That won't affect it.
Okay.
It won't affect it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So with that said, okay, we now get to the point of time. We get to the point in time where we have my interview.
Hey.
The interview, correct. So yesterday I spoke with Sharon Farsijani. She's a former reporter and anchor. She's turned author, poet, and perfume entrepreneur. Now, what makes her interesting is that she entered the United States with a green card when she was 3, and then she grew up in Brooklyn, okay, in the hood in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And then her parents sent her back home to live in Tehran, Iran. You know what goes on in Tehran,
How old
Iran,
is she?
as a 16-year-old till 23.
Whoa. Wow.
And what a culture shock it was.
Yeah.
She eventually came back to the United States, and now she's writing a book about what it was like as basically an American to live in Tehran, Iran. And it's very interesting now because we're about to go to war with Iran. Very possible. Okay, let's watch. So Sharon Farsijani, she's a former reporter and anchor, television anchor, turned author, turned poet, turned perfume entrepreneur. She was born in Tehran, raised in Brooklyn, New York. Her family returned to Iran when she was a teenager, exposing basically someone who grew up in the United States of America back to Iran and Iranian culture. As a westernized female, she experienced culture shock going back to her home country, and she has written in her new memoir, Shaming My Red Lips, all about her experiences. Sharon has adapted her story into a new perfume line called Desert 35, which will soon be available in Macy's. And her book is now, Shaming My Red Lips, is now being turned into a major motion picture. Sharon Farsijani, how are you? And welcome to Bradshaw Live. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
So what is your story really about, this memoir? Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So the memoir is about when I was taken back to Iran at the age of 16 and really viewed Iran and all the cultural elements, all the educational elements, and the country itself from a lens of a Brooklynized teenager.
Now, you grew up in Brooklyn. When did you come to Brooklyn?
We came to Brooklyn when I was 3 years old.
All right, so that was basically the only country you knew when you moved back to Iran. And what year was this that you moved back to Iran?
It was around 97, 96.
Okay, so they were definitely, and they still are, you know, a very rigid society. They're certainly not westernized in any way, shape, or form.
No.
So what was it like, culture shock, being a westernized teenager, being from, you know, the hood in Brooklyn, you know, doing your thing, to all of a sudden now you go back to Iran? Tell us how that was like, and why did that all happen?
Well, I could tell you that it was a complete culture shock, to say the least. You know, being brought up in Brooklyn, you're exposed to, you know, especially Bensonhurst, Brooklyn,
Right.
you know, all Italian and Jewish and, you know, the whole Brooklyn vibe.
Right.
And then when you go back to Tehran, I could understand wearing the scarf and the wimple, but, you know, a lot of the religious, cultural elements that kind of tied together in the society was a big question mark for me. And for example, when we arrived, you know, I was okay with, you know, kissing my male cousins. You know, when you're in the airport, you kiss them.
Right.
But it's kind of, you have to be a little bit more cautious when you're doing that, because there is an Islamic element to it. It is an Islamic country, and you have to understand them. And for me, I didn't see anything wrong with that. But later on, I learned that you shouldn't really even hug your cousins that are male.
Tell me the taboos that you couldn't do in Iran that you were able to do in Brooklyn.
Well, first of all, in Brooklyn, I always went bike riding to Coney Island and back.
Right.
So I used to always go with my girlfriends, and that is something that is not allowed on the streets of Tehran for females.
Males can ride a bicycle, but females can't.
Females can, but there's a park, and there's a specific portion of the park that's for females. So they could ride basically there, but we can't ride like in the streets or anything like that. So that was one thing. Another thing is that, you know, for me, you know, of course my father was very strict, but the whole religious element of the guy situation and really not having any relationship or not going to parties where there's guys, and, you know, it's a forbidden relationship if you're not married. So that I was really taken back from that part, that, you know, why can't...
So basically, teenage boys and teenage girls couldn't mingle.
Absolutely
there was no
not.
mingling.
And no.
What would happen if there was mingling? What would happen?
If you're mingling and you're caught.
You're caught, right? If you're obviously, if you're not caught mingling, nothing happens. But if you're right, but if you're caught mingling, and who catches you?
Well, in the streets, there's two types of cops. There's the NYPD. I'm just hypothetically speaking.
Right, your regular cops like the NYPD.
And then there's the PD that's the religious PD, and those religious PD people, they eye you and they see if there's illegal activity going on under the Islamic religious element. They will basically come up to you and say, you know, either, you know, some of them are nice, really. either stop it or, if you do it again, then we'll take, and some of them just have no mercy. They're just like, come down to the station with us.
Did you ever get pulled down to the station for violating religious laws?
I got pulled down once, and via that encounter, I still, my Farsi was on crutches, so I didn't understand what she was saying when she was saying it to my face. And number two, I didn't know why she was pointing me in the direction of the van to get in the van.
What did she claim that you did wrong?
I was flirting with a guy. There's this big street, and imagine First Avenue, and then there's one way and then the other way, right?
Okay.
So there's all these and it's usually in Upper Tehran.
Right.
So they get in their cars, patrol, whatever, and then if you're going down the street and this individual is going up the street, you kind of look at each other, and then if
so the boys are in one car, girls are in another car, and you go literally slowly by each other at like snail space, and then you kind of eye each other.
You kind of eye each other, and sometimes one may say a flirtatious sentence, the other one might say one, and then if the two cars like it, they either chase each other and have a little fun, or they say, hey, why don't you call me, or something like that. But the most important element here is that you have to be careful, because the religious cops know where this is.
And they know when people are driving slowly, right?
There's only 2 or 3 streets in Tehran that have this activity. Right. So they suddenly pop out, and you're someone like me that has no idea what's happening, and my cousin is telling him, just drive out of here. You don't want to get caught. Just drive. I said, but why do I have to drive? She's like, just put it on 80 miles per hour right now. You just have to get out into the highway and kind of
floor it and get the hell out of town. You looked at a boy run, basically.
Yeah, and it was very innocent. And all the girls, they're so innocent when this is done. It's just, part of the fun of growing up.
Sure.
And, nothing is really bad or out of context when they're doing it. And in addition to that, there's no restaurant, or there's no little party or bar or a sports club. Right.
You do it from car to car.
You do it from car to car, and then you have to keep a third eye watching for the religious cops.
So one day you got caught doing this, looking at a boy in a car going down the street. What happened when you got arrested?
Yeah. They kind of tell me to pull over, so I pull over, and then, she says, what were you doing talking with this individual? Long story short, they took me down to the station, and they were going to put me in a cell. You get a call and stuff. So I called my dad, and he kind of bailed me out. But when we got home, my father had a little talk with me that you have to understand, you're in an Islamic country, and there are rules in this country, and you have to abide by them when in public, at least.
Is it a situation where your father has to literally bribe the cop, or it's like who you know, wink, wink, or you just got
it's bribe.
It's a bribe.
The country is... Yes, it's definitely a bribe.
How's alcohol and drugs there? I mean, obviously, kids in America, it's no shock to anybody. They're smoking weed, they're drinking alcohol. What happens in Iran,
Well, I could tell you this, Brad, that when you do get to the legal age, alcohol, cigarettes, everybody smokes in streets and stuff.
Right.
That's not a big deal. But when you come to alcohol is not an Islamic drink. It's alcohol is not accepted in that religion,
right?
And so it's not sold within any of the stores. So it's an underground thing that's traded. So people obviously they have alcohol in their house, but there are absolutely no restaurants that serve any kind of wine, liquor, hard liquor, anything that you could possibly imagine. That's not allowed.
So somewhere in Iran is like Al Capone, and he's bootlegging alcohol all over the place, basically, right?
That's a good way of saying it. Yeah. So there's like a black market. Really.
Right.
There's a black market, and everybody, all my friends, everybody had a cellar.
So even the teenagers, they still figure out a way to have a beer or a vodka or whatever it may be.
Of course.
Yeah. It's like the secret that everybody knows but nobody talks about.
Exactly right. Tehran is gorgeous, beautiful, but underneath Tehran there is another Tehran, and that's called the little New York City of Tehran, and everything. There's a lot of underground stuff, and it's a shame because you have to kind of wear a mask, you have to be someone on the public and you have to be someone else. Ultimately, everybody wants to be free in choosing what they want to worship or what they want to wear outside. If anybody wants to be religious, that's fine. They could put it on, but if somebody like me, that I don't want to put on a scarf and go outside, I don't have to be forced to do it.
How long have you been back in the United States?
I went there for someone's wedding in 2010.
Okay.
But I only that person was very dear that I went because I really do not want to return. And I always have this fear that every time I return, because I'm very outspoken and I do say my opinion.
That maybe they'll put you in jail.
Well, not only that, but they'll bother me.
Right.
You know, sometimes they won't even put you, they'll just like bug you and they'll cause you problems for no reason.
What percentage of the 20 to 40-year-olds, let's put it, you know, your generation of people, you know, do you believe would like to see change? Is it a majority? Because we only see in the United States what the U.S. government feeds us in terms of what's going on in Iran. And I'm just interested that you actually live there as an American citizen, and how do you view it as seeing it in your own eyes? Because, you know, we're at a situation now where Donald Trump has basically invalidated our nuclear deal with Iran. You know, it potentially could be a war between the United States and Iran. What percentage is really, A, anti-American, and B, what percentage really wants to live the way that they're living right now?
One is that as a Brooklynized teenager, when I went to Iran, I was the same way. I was fed American media and so forth. But when I went to Iran, I found one of the most beautiful and loving people that have really, really taken me in, embraced me, and showed me the meaning of what it means to have, you know, love and family and this rich, rich culture around you. Not only that portion, so rich and so kind and so hospitable, but also they're not anti-America at all. In fact, they're good people and they would like to have good relationship. I don't really get into politics, but the majority of the ones that I feel that would really want change, and I'm hoping that one day this could be implemented, is that, you know, given the females the freedom to really choose how the religion they want to be and really not forced to do it. For example, right now in Iran, a lot of females are bothered by the fact, you know, that they have to wear scarves, and they're trying to kind of, speak their minds. And they always do this and they always get shut down. And it really breaks my heart because they have so much potential. That particular group, I think they definitely want to see some changes, although I don't know how that change will come about.
You think a majority of women want change? Would you say that as an accurate or not an accurate statement?
You have the super Islamic woman, and it's okay, and it's, you know, if they want to wear a burqa from head to toe, that's okay. But there's also people my age. You know what? I could talk for people my age. The ones that are my age, similar, you know, to what we're seeing on the screen right now, they really want to just be themselves and live the way they want. You know, the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds that have gotten to the point to form an opinion and decide which way they want to go.
Your parents brought you here when you were 3 years old, and you ended up back in Iran 16 to 23, and that's what this book is about. How did you end up back in Iran, basically as an American citizen?
Everything about me was so Americanized. One day, I think my dad woke up and said, "Oh my God, you are so white, and we need to go back to the mothership country," because I was very, very Americanized. And my father, he really wanted me to get in touch with the Iranian culture. So we decided to go back. And, you know, my parents, at the end of the day, they're human. So they didn't know the complications that this move would bring. So we went back in order for me to experience my Iranian heritage and the culture. And it was great because I did experience all of that.
Your father's a religious man?
No.
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 He's just a proud Iranian.
All of my family. They're very proud Iranians.
What were some of the complications? And I assume you wrote about this all in your book, Shaming My Red Lips.
The whole education part of it and the whole culture, religious part of it. And Arabic is the second language in Iran. I had no understanding of either of these. So I slowly learned Arabic because it's part of the entry exam to the university. And then the second thing was the religious and cultural part, how everything is so intertwined together that I can't be myself without being a very good Islamic female.
Did you have fights with your parents and say, "Dad, this sucks. Why'd you bring me here? I hate you"?
When things really, when the going really got tough, I said, "Really, you bring me back to this country and what do you expect? Do you expect me to follow all the rules? I don't even understand half of the rules." I was forced to pray in school. And I said, I don't want to pray because when you pray, you know, don't get me wrong, I respect Muslims praying, but I didn't understand even the words I was saying while I was praying. So in school, they said, "No, ma'am, you have to pray." So they put me in the prayer line. Mind you, I'm like mumbling words that I don't understand. Standing up, and I didn't understand anything. There are some reasons why you are forfeited, so you're okay with not praying, and that those are, you know, female biological things.
Right.
And then, if you're encountering that, you're saying, okay, then you don't have to pray for this week.
Because it's that time of month.
Right. And then I kept using that excuse for like 2 months.
Right,
and they're like, okay, ma'am, you have health problems.
Yes. And you made it through college, University of Tehran. How did you make a living there?
I was a reporter for Channel 6. I was very young, so I was still living with my parents. I was first a reporter, then I was an anchor. I was the late night talk show host for a program they had there, and I was also a game show host for Channel 4 for a segment they were doing. Because I was this young, girl that spoke really fluent English, they took me into the English section, and I kept getting promoted, and I kept making money here and there, and I was only 19 years old, 19, 20 years old. That's how I was making money until they fired me.
Why'd they fire you?
Again, things that I wasn't aware of, but you're supposed to follow Islamic regulation when you're at work, which I always did, but you're also supposed to be a figure that follows Islamic rules and regulation outside in public. And, later on we found out that they had been going to the neighbors and asking, how does this girl dress? Obviously at work I wear my wimple and I cover my hair, but when I'm going out to university or going out with my girlfriends, I just wear my scarf. And usually my scarf is falling down my head. I never this. Right, exactly.
Right. Basically, the religious police go around to the neighbors to find dirt on you that you're not following religious custom or religious protocol.
Because I was the evening news anchor and I was the face of the news at night, they wanted to make sure I fit into the Islamic portion of it when I'm outside too. So yeah, they were doing that stuff, yeah.
So now, looking at you right now, obviously you don't have the headscarf on, so you would be in violation. Okay, you have lipstick on, that would put you in violation as well. Are you allowed to wear any makeup?
Very minimal, very minimal. I was body searched before I entered the station when I went to work, and I was not allowed to wear lipstick, period. I could wear a little bit foundation. Females there wore mascara, maybe a little eyeliner, a little foundation, but anything that shows or anything that grabs attention, it will grab the attention of the religious police too. Or your makeup will be taken away, just like mine was taken away on various occasions. I think I lost all my mascara and all my glitters and lip gloss while I was going to work.
Oh my gosh. Is that when you decided to come back to New York, to the United States of America? And how did you go about doing it? I assume your family had a lot of influence on you remaining in Iran and you didn't want to stay there.
No, well, when I got fired, I went down a rabbit hole of depression. I was escorted out of the building just for being myself. And that really hurt me. Being a teenager that grew up here, I never did anything wrong. I was just being my complete self. And really within that innocence, they got my badge from me. They escorted me out of a building as if I was a criminal. I didn't come out of my room, cried until there was no more tears to cry. I was watching the Three Stooges, Home Alone, and Tango and Cash for 1 week.
Are you allowed to watch American movies and TV? How do you get that?
Yeah. Well, I bought the stuff when I moved. And that was the only thing that kept me sane in that area, because it was the only way that I was connected to some place where I called home, where I could be myself. So I kept watching reruns. I didn't want to talk to anybody. It was, a little cage that I had made for myself. My family and my mom and dad were my only circle. And at that point, I was so angry with my parents for bringing me here and for putting me in, was I Iranian? Was I American? I had a complete loss of identity at that point. After a week, my father took me to a psychiatrist, and she had told my dad that
bring you back.
She's so westernized that she's not going to survive in this culture.
Did you find that your friends and family had similar problems, or was this really unique to you because you grew up in the United States of America and then came back into what is basically this foreign culture that you weren't aware of?
I'm sure they had similar problems. For me, it's a little bit more intense because I kept saying why. And I kept saying my why loud and clear so everybody, including the authorities, would hear it. When they approached me to throw me in the van, I said, why? I don't want to go in your van. And then she pushed me, you have to go in the van.
Right.
And I said, I haven't done anything wrong. But everybody kind of takes it in because they don't want to deal with it or they're fearful. I didn't even know that if I spoke my mind, what consequences it would have.
Right.
So I just spoke it because I was raised here, and here you speak your mind. You stand up for yourself.
Now you're back in the United States 15 years, but do you consider yourself American, Iranian, Persian American? How do you describe yourself? Because you've lived both lives.
I consider myself a very proud Iranian American, someone that's exactly 50-50. Initially, when I went to Iran, I couldn't call Iran home. But now I do call it home just because of the affection that the people in my family And, you know, it's just a gorgeous country. I just don't, again, agree with the religious layer of it.
Right.
I call here home, too. I mean, it's where I grew up. I went to elementary school in Brooklyn, Long Island.
So let's talk about what you're doing right now. You did a perfume line called Desert 35. How did you get into perfumes?
So when I left my last job, I said that I can't just keep on making going to work and just getting a paycheck just to make a living. I have potential and I want to live a life based on that potential. I had a little saving that I leaned on, and every day that I meditated, I said, the universe, I don't know, but I know you know, please guide me in the correct direction. I know there's more to life than just going to work and getting a paycheck. I found that sense, which I'm very intuitive when it comes to scents, are a great medium for self-expression. So I created this whole platform where individuals could express themselves via scent. So I learned scent technology, the science. It took me about 6 months to learn all this stuff.
You learned all the chemistry behind it, and then you put your nose to work and started smelling. I like this, I don't like this, until you got the scents that you like.
Exactly.
Now Desert 35 is in Macy's.
Macy's Fort Lauderdale as of
Wonderful.
June 4th.
Congratulations.
And we will also be launching on Amazon, and then hopefully in August in Macy's Herald Square, New York City.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, how did the book come about that you wanted to write your memoirs about your life in Iran? How did that come about?
When I came back to the States, it really, really angered me what had happened, that all the girls there, they couldn't express themselves. I started writing a book on my life to see if I could not only express myself, but also to point to a situation that a lot of females were having, such as myself there. And that was the reason why I decided to go all out and write it as a memoir and really share it, to not only say there's always light at the end of the tunnel, but being authentic and being your true self is really, really what life is all about and how we really progress.
How long did it take you to write the book?
4 years.
Wow. Were parts of your story harder to put on paper because those were the parts that were more emotional or a bigger struggle for you?
Absolutely. The hardest part was when I had arguments with my father and mother on why you brought me to this country, and those are the parts that I broke down while I was writing it. Now we're best friends, but at the time I was so upset that I was in this country.
And is this book out yet? Can we buy this book?
The fragrances and the book will be selling as one product in Macy's, but the book itself will be available June 27th on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you feel you've reached your American dream?
I feel I've reached my Iranian American dream. I feel that I've reached living my potential, finding that peace as an immigrant on both sides, as in Iran and the U.S., and also at the end helping other people, which I think it's the ultimate goal for any human being.
Of course.
So I've lived my human being Iranian American dream. I am living that dream, and I will continue on living that dream.
Where can we find out more about you? You have a website for your perfume?
I do. My perfume, the brand is called Desert 35. Desert because my Persian name is Wild Desert Poppy, and I was 35 when I launched it, so desert35.com. And my personal website is shfarsi.com.
All right, well, Sharon Farsijani, thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck on your book, on your perfume, and I hope to see your story in the movies one day. I hear that's in the works as well. Congratulations.
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So I learned two things. I learned a lot about Iran. I also learned that almost every woman in the Brat Squad would have been arrested if they were in Iran.
Yes.
They're two men crazy.
Yes.
All right. Let's go to Ann in Long Island. Ann.
Hi. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. I just want to ask. I have my mom in America. She's 82. She's not a citizen. She doesn't have a legal status. I'm a citizen, and I want to know what route do I need to go in order to get her.
How'd she come to America?
She overstayed.
Okay, so you file an adjustment for her, an I-45, an I-130, I-130A, I-864. The whole package.
Now, do I need an attorney to help me with the forms?
You're asking an attorney if you need an attorney, and the attorney would always say yes. Hold on.
Okay, but I trust you. You're going to tell me the truth.
Thank you. Hold on. Thank you very much. All right, and trust me.
As she
Why
should.
wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Should.
Riza in Queens. Reza.
Hello?
Reza.
Yes, hi, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good.
What can I
Thank
do
you.
to help you?
I have a question. I came here as a student visa in 2014. And after a few days, I couldn't go through with my college because of my some financial problem and some personal problem. And I got married last year, and my wife is a citizen, and I have applied for my adjustment status. And how long does it take to get my green card?
It takes about 9-10 months, but you may have a problem with misrepresentation. If you went to school for like 5 days, they may say you lied when you came into the airport. You obviously knew when you came into the airport. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they can say that it is apparent that you knew when you came into the airport that you knew you were not going to be able to financially support school. Misrepresentation. I'm not saying.
Because I went for a few semesters. After that, I dropped because I had no
options.
options.
A few semesters, not a few days. My apologies. Then you're fine.
No, not
then
2 days. I went for 1.5 semesters.
All right, then you're fine. It'll be about 9 months. You'll get a green card.
All right. Because of is there any problem because for my overstay or my savings has been?
No problem.
All right.
No
all
problem.
Right.
Where you from, Reza?
I'm from Bangladesh.
All right. Thanks for listening and or watching. Hold on if you need help, okay? All right. So with that said, we're going to go a few minutes over time because Thursday and Friday we're not going to be here. We're all taking a vacation. We'll be back live on Tuesday. So we're going to go a few minutes over time.
How
nice. I don't know who was in the street. Was it Belgium Kim? Who
it was Belgium Kim.
Okay, so Belgium Kim went in the street with our caged animal Moshe Borukh. Went a while ago. This is a blast from the past. And we were asking the men in the street, or the man in the street, or the woman in the street, what they knew about car accidents. And we put our caged animal, Moshe Borukh, to the test. Let's watch.
This is Kim Moore from the Brad and Squeeze Show, and today we are on the Brooklyn Bridge asking New Yorkers questions about personal injury. Let's take a look at how they did. How long does a person have to file a personal injury lawsuit in New York City?
Can you say it again, please?
I believe that they have 5 years.
How long?
Yeah.
One more time.
How long?
I would say a person has around 5 years to file a personal complaint lawsuit against someone in New York.
I would say a person has 6 years.
I would say up to 2 years.
Do you know why?
No.
Months, just months.
Just any number of months?
1 month.
There isn't 1 month to file a lawsuit against somebody for personal injuries. In fact, in the New York State, you have 3 years to file an action for personal injuries against that person.
If you're in traffic and the vehicle in front of you suddenly stops and you hit it, who's at fault?
I'm at fault if the vehicle in front stops and I hit it.
Why?
I was too close, or I wasn't paying attention.
I think I am at fault.
Do you know why?
Well, I believe our state law in California is that I would be likely at fault. I mean, it depends on other issues, but it probably means I'm following too close.
I don't know, and I never see nothing.
It might be my fault, yeah, because maybe I was too close.
I would say that I was at fault because I would have gone into the back of the car.
If you don't know what happens when somebody short stops you, New York State vehicle and traffic law requires all vehicles to maintain safe distances between each other. That means if the car in front of you short stops and you hit that person, you would likely be liable absent exceptional circumstances.
If you're in a motor vehicle accident and there's no damage to the vehicle, but you have headaches, is that something you're allowed to be compensated for?
I'm in that situation right now.
Headaches, I believe, would be covered.
Do you know why?
Well, it's probably connected to neurological damage or injury.
I would say they can receive compensation if their only symptom is headaches because maybe they bumped their head or their brain shifted.
I would say yes, if they could prove it was a result of the collision. So.
No.
Do you know why?
You know my answer.
Many people in New York State think they can recover for any personal injury due to their motor vehicle accident. However, because of strict New York State threshold laws, you must suffer what's called a serious injury. Because New York has a serious injury threshold, you must show competent medical evidence that shows that you actually suffered a serious injury. A simple headache would not suffice.
If there's a motor vehicle collision that results in no damage to either vehicle,
can a person still receive compensation for injury sustained?
That's kind of a hard question, but I would say yes.
I would say they could still sue for injuries sustained even if there's no damage done to the vehicle, because they could still have bodily injuries.
I know people do lie and say, oh, their back hurts, even if the car is not damaged. If a report is filed, I would say they have received mental or physical damage.
I absolutely believe you can. I don't think it has anything to do with the vehicle. I think it has to do with your body parts.
You could try your luck maybe, but I don't think it'll go anywhere.
Yeah, I think you are in California.
Just because there's no damage to either motor vehicle in your collision doesn't mean that you can't recover for personal injuries.
If a person is caused to take time off work because they were in a car accident, do they get paid for that time off work? And if they do, who pays for it?
If he can't, like, he didn't have to pay for nothing, because like this is terrible something, like is not normal. So I think his boss, he have to pay this.
Yes, you can be compensated for that time off, and the person who caused the motor vehicle accident would be the one to pay, or that person's insurance.
If there was a suit, the person responsible for the accident might pay, but I don't. Yeah, that would be the only thing I could think of.
Yes, I am going to get paid for it.
If you were forced to lose time from work as a result of your motor vehicle accident, you have nothing to worry about. You are covered up to $2,000 in lost wages per month.
What is the minimum legal bodily injury insurance that a motor vehicle driver has to have in New York City?
I do not know what the minimum driver insurance is in New York City.
The minimum amount, I would say 10,000.
Here to take a wild guess. It's a dollar figure. Wild guess it for me.
$5 maybe?
A lot of people don't know the answer to this question, but in the New York State, you're required to have a minimum of $25,000 in bodily injury coverage if you register your vehicle in the New York State. If you didn't know the answer to any of these questions, you have nothing to worry about. Here at Spar Bernstein, we do the worrying for you. Contact the law offices of Spar Bernstein. We're here for you.
Prior successful results do not guarantee similar outcome.
That was interesting. No.
Tricked you.
Yeah. All right, social media check-in.
So we've got a question from Dane who says, so what does a SIDGE applicant do after they get denied because their guardianship order was guaranteed after age 18 in New York?
Appeal. I think you're going to win on appeal eventually.
All right, I have one from Kayvon Brown. How long does removal of conditional green card take, and can a person legally work while this is in process?
You can legally work. You're a permanent resident every day your case is pending. It's generally taking 18 to 20 months now.
Nathaniel says, I'm on a tourist visa and I want to sue a person for fraud and swindling. Does the court give me equal rights even though I'm here on a tourist visa? I'm planning to go to a public attorney's office soon once I've completed all of my evidence.
Absolutely. You could be out of status and sue somebody.
All right, I have one from Doreen Dappa. So I lost my green card. How can I get it back?
I-90 application.
Mary Mitchell says, I need a visa just to visit my elderly sister and her children, but a few years ago they denied me and said that I don't have enough ties to my own place and business. How can I prove it?
I need to know what you already submitted, and then we can have a conversation and we can talk more.
All right, one from Clyde Bernard. Can your affidavit submit after the adjustment of status?
You can, but your case is going nowhere till your adjustment's completed. It's not completed until the affidavit support's done, so you should do it all at one time.
Lauren's wondering if someone can use their Canadian Social Security number to work in the U.S. if they're 20 years old. If not, could her aunt sponsor her? Her aunt's a U.S. citizen.
You can't be sponsored by an aunt, and just because you have a Social Security number doesn't entitle you to work in the United States.
All right, the last one from Ishabu Nisha Kelly. Hi, my friend is an F1 student. She graduated, got married, got her New York permit, or her new work permit. And how long will it take, and should she get an approval for her I-130?
She did an adjustment, should take 9 to 10 months.
Okay. We've successfully gone through another social media check-in, fam.
That was
All
a
right.
quick one.
And the final numbers are in. Bradshaw Live beats Spar and Bernstein again, 122 to 88.
Surprise, surprise.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
The other day was the best. We had over 300 shares.
Yeah, and we had a close race.
And we had a very, very close race.
Yeah.
Everybody was taking it seriously. And then today, nobody cares anymore.
Nobody cares.
It's like senioritis. You know, we're almost on vacation now, so maybe that's what it is.
I think everyone has
So next
senioritis.
week, we're going to let it slide today.
Yeah.
But next week...
Or next week, you better be very fast on the trigger there with your thumb.
What up?
Yeah. All right, comments of the day.
Comments of the day. Okay. Ooh. I like that. Our very first one is from Kimmy Kim London, my namesake Kimmy Kim, who I love very much. She had a bit of a soft awakening, if you will, Brad. She said that feeling when you're taking a nap, that moment when I doze off and Brad's voice wakes me up. That's an alarm clock.
I don't know if that's a yeah, I don't know if that was a boo or a happy. That was a.
It's a happy.
Yeah, because people say I have a loud voice.
Yeah.
The booming voice.
The booming voice.
Yes.
And you wrote Kimmy Kim London up.
All right, good.
From her doze.
Sorry, Kimmy Kim.
And Jeff Bosey does this every once in a
Some
while.
women like to be woken up by me.
Do they now, Brad?
Yes, they do.
What kinds of women are these, would we say?
Women who like me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Kimmy Kim would be into it. I think Denisha John would be
Maybe.
very into it. I think the Canadians also would like that.
Yes.
I think the Canadians are big fans of waking up.
Lots of people. Lots of people.
So
Lots
many
of
people.
Fancy Brad a bit.
Lots of people.
And
Other comment? We have a second comment.
We
of the day.
do. We have it's like a little conversation. Jeff does this every once in a while. He tries to poach people from the Bradshaw Live page and from the Spar Bernstein page.
He's trying to get people to come over.
Yeah, and he said, listen, it's not too late. It's not too late to come over and join the cool crew, you guys. We win every day. And Beverly Thompson said, hey, Jeff Bosey, no, we will not.
Oh.
They're staying strong, man. They're staying strong.
I even saw Lisa Bling-Rose say they're going to die together there. What was it?
She did. She said something along the lines of, we ride together,
and we die together. I saw that too.
I'm not mad at it.
No, I like it. I appreciate the loyalty to Spar Bernstein as well.
All right. Happy Labor Day to those in Jamaica and celebrating Jamaican Labor Day around the world. Everybody in the United States, enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Yes, Jeff Bosey, we're taking a 3-day weekend and turning it into a 5-day weekend. We will be off on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We will be live on Tuesday, all of us back, hopefully a little rested, hopefully a little tanned, hopefully with some funny stories, certainly with some immigration answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see you all Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465.